watching him, like I mean, obviously I can say the same things. I've seen him since 2015, and I've seen the way his work ethic has grown each year, and then seeing the everything he does, how psychotic he is with his work. It all pays off, and so I have full trust in him, no matter what the situation is. And the best part about me and him, like we don't really take things personal. We talk how we sometimes talk, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's a little ugly, but we want to win, and it's been like that since the day I met him.
Basketball fans, welcome back. So it's unfortunate that the injury bug touched the Boston Celtics, and to be specific, Jason Tatum, and he left the game with a severe foot injury at the latter ends of Game Four. And the Celtics, if they had tied this series at 2 games apiece, this would have been a very exciting series. But given like the outcome that we have seen, JT is out, severe foot injury. You're not sure what the outcome might be out of that. And the Celtics find themselves on the edge of collapse, trailing 3-1 in the second round series after a 121-113 loss to the Knicks. And this is a sad situation. So Jason Tatum poured in a playoff high 42 points to keep the Celtics in the hunt, but their title defense has taken a fatal blow because of that right leg injury in the final minutes. He had to be carried off, and man, it has just put a spanner in the works. And what will the Celtics? How will the Celtics go from here? Because that moment symbolized Boston's unraveling, a team built for the long haul, suddenly fragile. And despite Jason Tatum's brilliance, the Celtics still could not stop Jalen Brunson's relentless scoring as the Knicks were able to win this game, and Jalen Brunson came out with a double double of his own of 39 points and 12 assists. So the New York Knicks depth has been the story of this series because Mikal Bridges, Carl Anthony Towns, or Giannonobi have been delivering timely when it came to scoring productivity. And right now, as we speak, without the offense of Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Derek White will have to be able to carry the most of the load moving into Game Five, and it's going to be tough because Boston's defense, a calling card all season, lacked its usual tenacity, and the team was not able to stop. Even like even they're playing on the road, they're playing in the Madison Square Garden, so it was very difficult for them to be able to play their style of basketball in that defense. So Boston is historically in a very tough territory because only 13 teams in NBA history have been able to come back down from a 3-1 deficit. We saw what the Nuggets in the bubble did. They came back down 3-1 in the Utah Jazz and the Los Angeles Clippers. We've seen the Cleveland Cavaliers 2016 finals come back. So it's very difficult to see the Celtics without Jason Tatum coming back down 3-1 on this Knicks. And it's very difficult. So the Celtics couldn't even get stops in the second half. And Boston's defense, which had been elite, especially in the regular season, simply unraveled in the second half of the game. And the Knicks shot a blistering 54% from the field of the game. But much of that damage came in the second half, where the Knicks' ball movement and interior presence consistently generated high quality looks for them. So the Celtics allowed 64 points in the paint, doubled their own points output, and a glaring sign that the rim protection and help rotations were non existent uh, for the most part. And even with the New York Knicks just shooting 35% from deep, they had no trouble generating offense. And Boston's perimeter defense failed to keep Jalen Brunson out of the lane. And he was just doing everything he wanted to do. He was, taking mid range shots, he can take the occasional three. And once Jalen Brunson was able to penetrate, the Knicks found open cutters, mismatches, and second chance opportunities thanks to their 13 offensive boards. So the Celtics' inability to finish defensive possessions also cost them, with the Knicks grabbing a plus 12 advantage on the glass overall. So, I mean, this series was looking like one of those series that the Celtics will just, dispatch the Knicks in like 6 games or even 7 games. But the contrary has happened. effort and communication, staples of Boston's success in recent years, looked non-existent. Whether it was late closeouts, missed assignments on switches, or just a lack of urgency, the Celtics failed to play with the desperation it needed to win to be able to win this game. And the 25 assists from the Knicks compared to Boston's 15 further illustrated how one team was executing in rhythm and the other was just stuck, and it was sad. And you could see Jason Tatum was just doing everything. He poured a play of high 42 points in an inspired effort, and late game injury just took the air out of the Boston Celtics. And but one thing that you have to understand, people must understand, is Jason Tatum's value on this team is so important because with his 42%, with his 42 points that he shot, he was one of the most reliable pieces. And with him, Jalen Brown, Derek White, and Drew Holiday, that core has been very successful in the regular season. And that's the same core that was able to even do some significant damage in the postseason. And the emotional toll that it took, and them losing their best player in that win, in that must-win situation, it was something that took the air out of everything. And I mean, the Knicks just came out and dominated in the paint and board, and there's no stopping the Knicks at this point. And I mean, it's and the rebounding numbers uh tell the same story. The Boston Celtics was out rebounded 43-31, including a 13-7 margin on the offensive glass, and something that the Celtics could not stop. And in this playoff series where physicality and it was the order of the day, the Knicks were able to get that and they were able to go up 3-1 on the Celtics. So prayers up for JT. Hopefully the injury is not that bad to the point where he can be able to like have a good recovery, because the way things are right now, I don't think Jason Tatum will be able to come back. If he comes back, he's going to aggravate an injury, which can even lead to, like, let's say, a torn Achilles or even a torn ACL, something that we don't want to see a player suffering from. We saw what happened with Kyrie when the reports came out that the Dallas Mavericks were pushing Kyrie to play more, to the point where he ended up playing himself to the ground and he tore his ACL. So the Celtics don't want to risk that, especially with that contract that Jason Tatum is on. They don't want to risk that because without his productivity, the Celtics will be hard capped and they cannot even be able to even sign quality role players to fit his positions. So yeah, I mean the Knicks were able to grab that win. They're up 3-1. There's a high likelihood that they're going to win Game 5, and they're going to also meet the Indiana Pacers, who, if they're able to win Game 5, they'll meet in the East Finals. So it is what it is. So sad situation for the Celtics. I really, low key, I like the Celtics, but I don't like the Celtics because I'm a Laker fan. So I mean, it is what it is. So it's sad to see a player go down with an injury like that. You wouldn't even wish that on your worst enemy, on the opposing side of the floor. So like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.